Do vegans get enough nutrients? That's what a lot of non-vegans always want to know, but today I'm putting myself to the test. So knowledge is power, and understanding your body's health line base is always just really good to track your health over time. We know a lot of different diets and lifestyles can help you feel better, but it's always just good to check your body and see how it's doing internally. So in this video, I'm gonna show you what I typically eat in a day, and then I'm gonna purchase a micronutrient test from LabCorp On Demand, who is the sponsor of this video, to show you guys how my levels are, if I'm good or deficient in vitamin D, B12, folate, magnesium, iodine, and zinc. So I'm gonna get into what I eat in a day, share the importance of these micronutrients, the process of purchasing a test on LabCorp On Demand, and the results. So let's get into it. So I love drinking my coffee first thing in the morning. I just did a workout. Sometimes I'll drink it before my workout, sometimes after. The reason I do this is because I read that you shouldn't be drinking your coffee with your food because it can inhibit the absorption of iron. And I've always struggled with my iron levels even when I used to eat meat. So I started doing that and my iron levels did increase a little bit, so that was good. So stay away from coffee or like teas that have caffeine or it's the high polyphenol content that can sometimes inhibit it, is what I read. You can check me on that, but just something to be cautious of. So next is breakfast, and this is one of my favorite dishes to create for breakfast. It's an overnight oats with banana and ice cream, and I typically put chia seeds, hemp seeds, oats, and then in this one I put some saffron because saffron has properties that help increase dopamine and serotonin. It's like a natural antidepressant, which is really cool. So, you know, just good for mental health. I like to add that in there. Added some rose water, some soy milk, and then you just leave it overnight, or you could do it up to 4 hours if you do the same day. And then for the ice cream, I put some sliced frozen banana into a food processor with some peanut butter, protein powder of choice. I use vanilla, but sometimes I use chocolate. Blend it until it literally looks like ice cream, and then you are ready to enjoy. I eat this multiple times a week. This breakfast is one of my absolute favorites because it tastes like eating dessert, but it's healthy, no sugar added. You can like play with whatever flavor profile you want. So like for fall, you can do this like pumpkin by adding pumpkin puree, make like a pumpkin pie. I'm gonna do that, that's what I do. Something I've been doing regularly is also juicing. So this has been over a month now that I do a green juice, and it gives me about 4 servings. This has kale, parsley, lemon, ginger, cucumber, Granny Smith apple, lots of leafy greens, lots of iron. Look how green and delicious this is. Yum. Also, if you want the recipe for this, it's on my YouTube channel as well. I'll link it right here. Vitamins. Then for dinner, I went out with a friend to a restaurant called Folate. It's a vegan Italian restaurant, and sorry I didn't do a full-blown production because I was so busy socializing and eating, I completely forgot, but I still wanted to show you guys what I ate so you know that sometimes I go out to eat too. All vegan salad that we ate. Sorry guys. So now I'm going to go over with you guys of how to purchase a test from LabCorp On Demand. And again, this is really important because sometimes maybe your body is trying to tell you something, but you ignore it. Like, let's say you notice changes like you feel fatigued, or you have weight gain, or you have lower energy and you don't know what's going on. This is why it's so important to get lab work done, and they have so many different kinds. I decided to get the micronutrient test because again, even though I think I might be eating healthy, who knows, I might not, right? So it's always good to just get your blood work done, and it's just an assessment, and then you can just make adjustments if needed, and it keeps you healthy over time. So as you can see, it's pretty easy. You just purchase the test that you want, you enter your information, you schedule an appointment to a LabCorp office that's near you, and then you get your appointment, get your lab work in, and here is my experience. So I'm on my way to my appointment. I had already made the appointment, I already paid, so it should be pretty quick and easy to get in. So we'll see. I'm cutting it a little close. I know you're supposed to be there a little 15 minutes early, but I'm gonna be there like 5 minutes early. So I just got my blood drawn. It was really fast, even though I arrived with 5 minutes to spare because I had already made my appointment and bought the ticket. I registered and they called me like that. So it was fast. But just know that if you don't do that, you'll be waitlisted, and it can be a wait because I saw a lot of people waiting there. So just FYI. I guess we're gonna wait for my results now. So I'm making some chive cream cheese bagels. So all I do is I put some fresh scallions to make my cream cheese. I just put some Trader Joe's cream cheese, like 2 tablespoons, because we want this like a New York style bagel where it's loaded with cream cheese. Then you just mix it until it looks like this. Sometimes I'll add some everything bagel seasoning too. And then I like my bagels from Trader Joe's too. I love Trader Joe's, if you can't tell. This is one of my like guilty pleasure breakfasts. Sometimes I'll just want something savory like this. I know nutritional value is not super high on this. So I'm keeping it realistic because I know a lot of us sometimes aren't eating the most nutritious meals, but they are comforting, right? I do like to add some hemp seeds to this. I forgot to mix it in with my cream cheese and make it so much easier because now it's gonna go everywhere, but better late than never. Easy way to add 3 grams of protein and some omega-3s, a tablespoon of hemp seeds. I recently did this photography shoot with plant-based foods and they sent me this product and I'm obsessed with it. It is my favorite because I used to love smoked salmon before I was vegan. It was the flavor. They make theirs out of konjac root. So this is actually pretty high fiber. It doesn't really have any protein in it, which is a little disappointing to be honest. But it's nice to know that it has fiber. It is clean ingredients. They use a lot of like algae for the seafood flavor, right? This is also me saying it doesn't hurt to just eat a little fun foods every once in a while. So this is what another breakfast option for me looks like. I'm obsessed with this product. And I'll leave links to some of my favorite foods too.
My parents were recently in town, so they love tamales, so I took them to Shane's Tamales. And if you want to learn more about his spot, you can check out my YouTube video here. So it's dinner time and I've been craving something more Asian inspired. So I'm gonna make like a peanut sauce noodle salad. So let me show you guys how I'm gonna get into it.
So these are some of the things I'm about to transform. I'm gonna air fry this with some seasonings, shred that, julienne that. That's gonna be the bed. So I just cubed up some tofu, adding some liquid aminos, or you can also add soy sauce. I'm gonna be generous because tofu's pretty bland, right? Vegan fish sauce, I'll show you the brand I'm using. And I'm adding some garlic powder, ginger powder. Can't forget the chili crisp. And just mix it up. Put it in the air fryer for 18 minutes. Oh yeah, look at that crispy tofu. So this is the peanut sauce. Yum. This is such an easy way to eat a lot of veggies and a lot of spinach. So I'm just gonna put my peeled carrot, just use a vegetable peeler. And I had leftover noodles. This might be a lot of noodles, but I like noodles. And of course, crispy tofu. The peanut sauce action. Oh yeah. The only thing missing is garnish. This is such high protein because you have the protein in the tofu, the protein in the noodles if you're not allergic to wheat, the protein in the peanut butter. This is like almost 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. This might be a lot, but I don't know. I always kind of finish it though. It's mostly greens and veggies, lots of fiber. This is me encouraging you to look through your fridge, clean it out, and make a creative salad. You can literally make a salad out of anything. Oh my gosh, this is so good.
So the results are in. It took about 5 business days or 1 week for me to get my results. And we're gonna start with B12. Why? Because every time you go to the doctors, I'm sure if you've gone and you're vegan and you tell them you're vegan, they're like, we're gonna check your B12. So what is B12 important for? It plays an essential role in red blood cell formation and cell metabolism and nerve function. If you're deficient, you're gonna feel fatigue, weight loss, loss of appetite. How did I score? Approved! I got really good scores. I'm normal, yay. Okay, so folate, that one's next. It also plays a role in red blood cells and it is important for fetus development. And I did well on this one as well. I'm normal, yay. But if you're deficient, you are also going to experience symptoms like fatigue and weight loss. If you're already starting to catch a trend, if you're feeling tired a lot of the times, chances are you should get your blood work done because you never know what you might be missing. Sometimes when people are transitioning to a plant-based diet for the first time, they kind of do it wrong. They're maybe eating the wrong foods or not enough of everything. You have to eat very balanced. Again, I'm not a nutritionist or health professional, so check with a doctor or a nutritionist, but this is just information that I've learned over time as well. Okay, so magnesium is a type of electrolyte. It'll help your muscles, nerves, heart work properly, and it's typically found in foods like nuts, seeds, greens. If you are deficient, you are going to probably get muscle cramps. You're also gonna have fatigue and tingling or irregular heartbeat. What did I score on this one? Normal as well. Yay! So far I'm doing good. I'm getting good grades, you guys. Okay, next is iodine. This supports your thyroid function and thyroid hormones. And if you're deficient in this, you might experience weight gain or fatigue and confusion. And you can find this in the iodized salt, etc., right? And I am okay on this one. But as women, I think this is really important to always check out, especially if you have a history of thyroid problems in your family, right? Zinc. This helps with your immune system, metabolism. It's found in chickpeas, beans, lentils. I scored well on this one as well. Although I was a little concerned about my levels on this one because one of the symptoms if you're deficient is hair loss. And I've noticed lately, I mean, I am getting older, hashtag late 30s. I've started to notice my hair thinning more and I was starting to freak out because I was like, am I missing something? Like what's going on? It could be something else. TBD, I don't know. But you could also have loss of appetite and weight loss if you're deficient in this. So that's something to think about. Last but not least is vitamin D. And how did I score on this one? I am insufficient, but I feel a little better because 50% of the population of the United States is also insufficient. Vitamin D is really important for like bones health and strength, right? And if you are darker in skin, I read that it's harder for you to absorb it. And this is ironic for me because I live in sunny California. I'm outside all the time. I'm terrible about putting on sunscreen. As I also heard that if you put on sunscreen all the time, that's also going to prevent absorption of vitamin D. So you can't really find this in a lot of foods. I think this is just something you should do research on if you find yourself deficient or insufficient. So that's just important to know. I'm glad I did this test. I'm glad I'm okay for the most part. I'm now going to be more aware of my vitamin D levels, right? If you're deficient in vitamin D, you're gonna also feel fatigue, you can feel depression, you can have weakness. So it's always just really good to just be aware of how you're feeling, right? And start noticing and write these things down if you're noticing a pattern in yourself. And that's why I would like to thank LabCorp again for sponsoring this video and letting me take this test just to see if I'm okay. For the most part, I am not malnourished. Yay! I hope you guys got some inspiration from what I eat. As you can see, you can change it up, go eat out, have those fun novelty items, but try to maintain a balanced diet. Doing your research and learning about nutrition is something I encourage everyone to do. I'm still learning as well. I hope you guys try some of them. Tag me if you do try some of the recipes, or comment below what kind of other videos you'd like to see or if you like this one. So I'll catch you guys next time on Ready to Be. Bye.